Hey, welcome to Sisters Unfiltered. We're so glad that you are listening to us today. We really, truly appreciate it. We are super excited about this episode. We are actually going to go into part 2 of what we were talking about before, which is grief and walking through losing a parent.
Yeah.
And just some like significant changes that happen after that. And just a lot of things that at least our experience, what we've gone through. So anyways, if you can, like our episodes, like our podcast, I don't know, subscribe to it on YouTube maybe, or on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Anything helps get the word out.
Yeah, comment, share.
That's right. Review, like do, reviews on it, stars, all that. You can tell how much I really know about it. But I do think it helps it get seen more often in that world. But anyways, we are going to move into our subject for today, our topic.
I feel like we're just continuing.
Yeah, we're just kind of continuing instead of...
the first part of the grief episode. Yeah.
Instead of talking about our week and all of that, I feel like we just need to kind of go straight in because it's kind of fresh on our minds, and I think we're ready to dive in.
Yeah, and we're really excited because we have a guest tomorrow. We're going to do an episode tomorrow. So we're doing back-to-back episodes this week. But we have a guest tomorrow that we think is really going to just be awesome. I think when we have, we talk all the time. So whether we're recording it on a podcast or on the telephone, we talk all the time. And I don't know, it's really fun when we have a guest. I feel like some of those are some of my favorite episodes. Just to mix things up. I don't want to hear myself talk anyway. Other people's stories are so fun.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I think that everybody has a story, and I think that the Lord uses those stories, and I feel like we're going to be blown away by her story. Really and I don't think she has fully shared her story on any type of platform. And so I am just ecstatic about it. But we're recording that tomorrow, so we will we'll let you know when it comes out. I will do a lot of advertising for it.
Yeah, so we left off with talking about grief and our mom passing away and just that process and everything. And then, of course, we ran out of time and thought, we could continue this conversation because there's just more to talk about, because things aren't just in a neat little box when things like that happen.
Yeah.
It's not like something happens and then, we'll just seal that up and move on.
Yeah.
In some ways you do, but it looks different. But I want to hit on, before we kind of get into like how it looked different after Mom passed away, because she was such like an integral part of our family, and she was like, the glue that kind of held everything together.
Yeah, because
in a way, I think if someone would have asked us that then, we're like, my mom and dad both did that, but Mom was always talking to all of us and kind of knew what was going on and all that kind of thing. Does that make sense?
I think that's very common.
Yeah,
I think that happens because it's like, maybe I'm wrong, but like usually if your dad is the one that's working and you do have a stay-at-home mom, you are going to be in more communication with your mom.
Right.
Now, if both of your parents are working or whatever, maybe not so much. But in that let's just say, the way we grew up in our generation of time, Southern, Dad was very active in our lives. Dad did not travel for work or anything like that, so he was always with us. But Mom has always, even as adults, she's the mother hen.
And she kept the family plans.
She did. She did the gathering.
And the gatherings and the inviting and all that stuff. But I did want to say, like, something that stood out to me so much, maybe not even during it, because we were all kind of just like getting through minute to minute of Mom being sick and passing away stuff, was just how amazing Dad was during that time.
Yeah.
Like, do you remember? Do you recall? Like, what are your thoughts?
For sure. Dad was there for Mom. Dad did everything for Mom, and we're talking about a very independent woman who did not depend heavily on my dad for anything ever growing up. Like I said before, like Mom, would get tired of waiting on Dad for stuff, just like all of us do, but she would go do it herself.
Yeah.
Like putting shelves in a closet. She would get her drill out, or whatever it was, she learned how to do it herself. Yeah. So she was extremely independent. And so, but it shifted a little.
It did.
It shifted a lot by the end, but it even shifted a little after she got diagnosed for the second time. And I just think that for her self, just taking care of who she was and maybe feeling like she was going to have a longer life. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
She kind of started relying on Dad for stuff.
She did.
Dad would take her to her appointments. Dad would fill out all the paperwork.
Yeah.
Dad was the one who was in contact with every doctor, every nurse, everyone. Dad did everything for her.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot. And it was kind of sweet to see, honestly.
It was,
because I think you've been married, 48 years or maybe like 44 or 43 or whatever it was before. And to see it shift and them kind of like, even though, how things shifted a little bit, like, but to be able to do that and it seemingly smoothly. And so I kind of loved seeing the vulnerability in Mom.
Yeah.
To really lean on Dad during that time. And then it was really amazing to see Dad step up and just be this amazing caretaker, husband,
Mm-hmm.
Very strong.
Mm-hmm.
And not that I ever doubted any of those things in him, but we got to watch it kind of play out in front of us. And our kids got to see that,
Mm-hmm.
Our boys, I talked about this a lot, like there's 8 boys in a row in our family, and their role models, my dad being one, their dads, uncles, they really have amazing role models.
Mm-hmm.
But to see Dad walk through that, they watched it also.
They did.
And I remember Mom telling me a story about this girl she knew that had cancer, and when she had cancer, her husband, who they had been married for 30 years, left.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was awful.
And so you have that, and we see the total opposite.
Yeah. For sure. And you
Total
see, one thing I think that I see in a lot of marriages that struggle is there's not compromise.
Yeah.
There's a lot of digging our heels in, whoever that is, whether it's the husband or the wife, digging your heels in, living the life how you want to live it, and there's not meeting your spouse in the middle at all.
Yeah.
And I think that is very unhealthy. And I think seeing that Dad, and y'all might be listening and be like, who wouldn't do that? There's a lot of people who would not do
when
that.
When push comes to shove and things are really hard, and I do believe there were moments that were really hard on my dad. Now, he did not really let us see that very much, but not everybody steps up to the plate and handles it that way.
No. And Mom started depending on him more, and Dad stepped up to the plate and was like, all right, even though the wife he's known for all these years since she was 16, he married her when she was 16, is so independent, and it was like he knew what his role was, and I think the Lord gave him strength. But he was amazing. But one of my favorite stories when Mom was sick,
I know what you're gonna say.
is I don't know, is it the Pop-Tarts?
Oh no.
Okay, you tell yours afterwards. Okay, so I was at Mom and Dad's house, and Mom was laying on the couch, and this was within the last 2 weeks. Because she was laying on the couch, but she didn't have her hospital bed. So she was like talking, and she was like, Wayne, will you make me some Pop-Tarts? This woman, guys, such a healthy eater for the most part, or whatever, cared all about her diet. But let me tell you, we just didn't care what it was. We just wanted her to eat, right? Because at this point, you just know.
Yeah.
Okay. So we would give her whatever. I would go and get her slushies, like just whatever she would have. She would eat 2 bites of them, but who cares? So she's like, Wayne, will you make me some Pop-Tarts? And so my dad was like, sure. And so he puts them, we like our Pop-Tarts with a little bit of butter.
and side note, my dad and Mom, and now all of us, obsessed with a toaster oven.
Yes, toaster oven is the best. We could get rid of every appliance in our house except for a toaster oven. Like,
we're going to have to talk
about a toaster oven, not a toaster where you put the waffles
don't get it wrong.
No, a toaster oven where you open it. My kids use it. My parents bought me one when we redid our kitchen, and my kids use it almost every day.
My parents brainwashed my kids to say everything's better in the toaster oven, so I had to go buy one because they didn't want anything that wasn't out of the toaster oven.
We bought Sam one for his high school graduation. If that tells you anything at all. Okay, like.
So the Pop-Tarts were going in the toaster oven.
The Pop-Tarts were in the toaster oven. Mom liked them pretty crispy. And I don't remember exactly how it went down, but Dad was in there, and she goes like, Lindsey, come here. She's whispering for me to come over. I was like, yeah. She's like, he's not going to do it right. She's like, he's not going to do it right. He's not going to do it right. And she's like, I'm going to need you. She's like, And so when he left the room, he gave them to her. She waited until he left the room because she felt bad. And she's like, go do it. She's like whispering to me. And I was like being all incognito. And so I go to the toaster oven and then Dad walks back in. And I was like, oh gosh, I've been caught red-handed. And he goes, Donna, did you not like the way I did them? And he's laughing. And she's like, what?
Yeah.
But
there was this sweetness in their relationship.
It was so
and
sweet.
What I was going to say was Dad wore those flip-flops because it was summer. And all we heard was those flip-flops flopping across the house all the time because he didn't sit down.
No, he didn't.
My mom was very type A. Mm-hmm. She loved everything to be clean and neat. Like growing up, guys, our house was never dirty.
No.
Okay, ever. And she loved things organized and neat. And I love that Dad knew that about her. And even at that moment where she didn't have the energy or the ability to do it, he wanted to keep it like that for her because it would weigh on her mind if it wasn't. He worked so hard. Now you're talking about a relationship where my dad went to work, my mom stayed home, my mom kept the house, cleaned, bought the groceries.
Since they've probably been married.
Forever.
Yes.
And then now Dad is doing some of these things, right? And I mean, those flip flops are like everywhere.
Sweeping, and he walked over. Here comes that. He did. It's so true.
And so it just, I just have such like, what a hard time, but what fond memories of like watching our dad go through. Step up and just be the man that God's called him to be, that God calls all men to be, and lead so well. Because not only was he probably concerned about my mom, 100%, he also knew all of us were being affected by that as well. And I imagine that was a burden that he carried and had to kind of work through, you know. And thank goodness he has such a strong relationship with the Lord as well. So let's kind of go into that, like. Dad, how was Dad after Mom passed away? And one thing was he couldn't believe how long it took to clean the house.
Oh, the cleaning the house thing. And I'm impressed.
Yeah.
He kept the house clean. Now, I will say he had a little bit of help because we all
took
up a schedule. We all set up a schedule. Me, Ashley, Wade, or Kimberly. Me, Kimberly, and Ashley. And we had us coming in every week.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was. But
and we made sure that everything was done. But Dad, really, that's the other thing I was going to say. He kept that house clean even after.
Yeah, he did.
You know, like I hardly never came over and did it not look clean.
No.
Oh, it was so funny. He was buying plugins.
Oh, yeah.
Because Mom had plugins. And I think one time he brought the wrong ones.
Yeah.
And so I called him. I said, hey, I think you brought the wrong ones, but we can return these. Like, we got to have different ones because he didn't know. Like, but cleaning the house, like, he did have us come over and change the sheets on the bed.
Oh, that is awful.
That bed is...
they have the beds, what is it called?
Tempur-Pedic?
Yeah, but
one...
It's
like twin.
Levels.
It's almost like twin beds but it's like split. And so the sheets are like one sheet.
It's awful.
But it's split in the middle. It is because you want them to be
I would sweat. I would break out in a full body sweat.
Mom told us that those things were hard to do.
Yeah.
I did them for her before she had passed away when she couldn't do them.
Yeah.
And it was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So and he cooked some.
Yeah.
He tried to make fudge.
Oh.
Because Mom's fudge is his favorite thing.
Yeah.
And mind you, Mom's fudge, when Mom made it, didn't turn out half the time.
Yeah.
And
she would say temperamental.
Finicky. She would say it was finicky. And I remember coming over so many times, she's scraping that fudge out of the pan. It's like the trash can. It didn't work out. And Dad gets a wild hair and apparently is like very confident that he can make it. And I'm going to tell you what he made. Fudge soup. We came over and he's like souping that, like scooping it out with a spoon. It does taste the same even when it's like that, but it's very temperamental. I'm probably the baker of our whole family, and I've tried multiple batches, and I'm getting closer.
It tastes like it. It's the
consistency. Just this consistency. It's like mush. Yeah. It's not. It's still good, but it's not fudge. You can't piece it apart.
Yeah.
So maybe one day I'll get it, but yeah. So I just feel like Dad did some things that he didn't do, but we pretty much. After she passed away, our family was still there every day.
Yeah, a lot.
We would be there every day for a while because she passed away in September. We had, have we told the story about how we had planned Dad's birthday?
No.
So we had planned with Mom because Dad was turning 70 that September, and we had planned with Mom his 70th birthday.
Yeah.
We were going to
tailgate
at the Texas A&M Alabama game, and it was at A&M, so we could do this.
Yeah.
And we had decided
we had been planning it.
Mom
saving.
was putting. We were paying half, and she was paying the other half.
Yeah.
Like all three of us were splitting half, and then she was paying the other half. And so
we had like the whole thing, like the tailgate guys came. Shout out. Want to sponsor?
Shout out sponsor tailgate guys.
Came out. We made it a really.
It was
big deal.
tent.
Yeah.
Tent. We brought a pizza oven. We did all this stuff. But anyways, so we planned it all with Mom.
Yeah.
This is, guys, just to give you an understanding how Mom was totally. I mean, she wasn't totally fine, but she was completely with it.
Yes.
And we did not plan on her obviously.
And it was a surprise.
It was a surprise.
We were going to tell my dad.
He didn't know anything.
So Mom passes away on September 13th. His birthday's on September 26th.
And the game
probably
had been in
first
October.
weekend of October or something.
And so, we came to the crossroads of we still have to do this.
Oh, yeah.
We've already paid. We're going to do it. Mom would want us to do it. Yes. There's a lot of stuff that we do because Mom would have done it.
Yes.
So we decided to have him over here, and we had a family birthday with him here, and that's when we told him.
Yes, I think you're right.
And then we also asked for the other money. We said, "Happy birthday! We have a surprise. We're tailgating, but we do have to ask you a question."
And crazy enough,
where's our money?
Yeah, crazy enough. Like, we really didn't know.
No, we really didn't. But the thing is, guys, it wasn't like a little bit of money.
Yeah, it was.
It was quite a bit.
It was.
So.
And this was happening like in 10 days. Yeah. And so I was cleaning out Mom's house. We kept it's like we cleaned it out and we organized it, but it was that was a little bit of a slower process.
It was.
And I found this like envelope where all her recipes were like this, like a file folder, and in it was all this cash. And we almost are 100% sure it was cash that she was saving for Dad's
party.
Which was crazy. He thought it was hilarious. We were just like, oh my God.
We were like trying so hard to not be like, we need our money. But we were like, anyways.
Like, can you pay for your birthday?
We're like, so like Mom was going to contribute, but RIP, so like, where's your money? But, and we still did it.
Yeah.
And I think that was great. I think there's a couple of things we've done that we probably shouldn't have done. And then that was one of them that was a win.
It was a win.
That was a win.
Yes. So we really tried to just go on with life.
Yeah.
Still spending a lot of time together. Mm-hmm. And we were we're going to just do what we would do. Like Lindsey said, we were we're going to honor Mom. Mom would want us to do this because Mom loved when our whole family was together. And so I think just during that process, I don't know specifically, but you do start to heal. We still, again, even to this day, we talk about Mom a lot. We honor her by talking about her. We tell stories we probably tell over and over again, and they're just so funny. But spend a lot of time together. I'm trying to think of anything else during that time. I'm trying to put myself back in those.
Yeah, so we would have Dad. We had Dad over for dinner a lot.
Yes.
So that he wasn't home eating dinner by himself.
I think for us all, we did not want Dad to be lonely.
We didn't.
That was our biggest concern. Yeah. I would say between my brother and sister and I, that was our biggest concern. Mm-hmm. And I think for him, as busy as we kept him or tried to, he still had to go back to his house by himself at night.
He did.
And he had done that in 48 years.
Yeah. And he had small groups he was a part of. And he got invited because they loved Mom and Dad, but he said it was hard.
Yeah, because everybody's a couple.
Everybody's a couple, and then there's just him. And I think that there was a lot of those transitions that, again, Dad doesn't voice a lot of that stuff, but I think that was probably way harder on him than we knew. Mm-hmm. And so, I'm just thinking, so from September to, I will tell you this. I've never been more tired in my life. Is it not true?
Yeah, it is really true.
Guys, Mom started really going downhill, I would say July. Mm-hmm. Really, where we knew.
Yeah.
We were there every day.
Yeah.
We would get up, we'd go home, we'd go to sleep, turn around, come back.
And our kids are still involved. I have 5 kids. Lindsey
still
has
doing
5.
Things. Football.
Waiting for they have 3.
Yeah.
All of them are still involved in their stuff.
School.
They just
sports.
knew almost when I would pick my kids up from school, we'd
go there. Yeah. So like we still had our lives, but everything was like, I remember thinking during that time, like, I don't know, I just like had all this compassion for people who go through things. Because I remember leaving mom's house to go get something for her from the store because she was barely eating. And I was walking in HEB, our grocery store. You know how much we love HEB. And I was like, it's the best. It's my HEB. But here's the deal. I walked in the store and I thought, no one even knows that I just left my mom who's dying.
Yeah. Oh, remember I had the breakdown in Discount Tire?
Oh. And Ashley doesn't cry, guys.
I don't cry, but I knew we had to drive to Birmingham for her celebration of life, and I was like, I gotta get my tires rotated. And I go into Discount Tire, and I'm waiting in line, and I'm like, hey, I just need to get my tires rotated. And they're like, ma'am, we can't see today. And I start like
snubbing,
like my chin starts quivering, eyes watering, and like literally, I just wanted to be like, my mom just died. I'm going to a funeral. You know, you don't even know that I was like offended.
Yeah,
that he couldn't rotate your tires. That was the emotional state I was in.
So
but it's like what you said, like no one knows. So there's people walking around. I agree with you. It was almost like the first time, like not that I had never had compassion before, but like I had been on the other side of that.
Yeah.
And there are people that are hurting, that are just trying to get their tires rotated, who are just trying to go to the grocery store
because they gotta get groceries, you know? And it just made me be like, oh my gosh, like I for sure used the mom-dad card. For sure.
When we were we're not gonna make it. My mom was not.
When we were in Alabama, remember for Mom's celebration of life, and we were all trying to get a table at Don Pepe's. Is that what it's called? And they were like, we don't know if we can put all of you together. And I was like, here's the deal. My mom would stop. Yeah. They're like, we'll get you a table. I was like, thank you so much, me. Which was the truth. Yeah. We were all coming together with some old friends of ours. But I was like, I'm using this card because that is literally why we're here. But I for sure use that card. Yeah. I was like, yeah.
And I didn't even care. Our kids missed a whole week of school. And I was like,
I was exhausted.
I was like, oh, well,
I didn't care.
Like, they're going to pass.
I
don't know what you're going to have to do.
Yeah, just tell my grandmother about it. Just tell my grandmother about it. We're very close to it. Like, literally, like, it did not cross my mind. I didn't care. But I was literally exhausted. Yeah. From, like, the exhaustion got worse.
Until January.
Yes, and it got worse. It went from,
I say until, we'll tell about this time we went to California, but, for Christmas. But right after that was January. So from September to January, I agree with you.
I was exhausted. Mm-hmm. Like, the funerals were so unbelievably amazing. Adrenaline rush to the core. Holy moly, I was exhausted.
I think it takes a more emotional and mental state.
It does. And then you're coming back and you're in, okay, how can we make sure Dad is okay?
Yes.
What do we need to do? Also, we have to do Mom's roles. Yes. Okay. Wait a minute, like, who's gonna, organize birthday get-togethers? And now we have to make sure Dad knows what to buy the grandkids. Yes. And hold on a second, what about Christmas? So then Thanksgiving comes and we're like, okay, everyone decorate your own homes because we're coming together and we're decorating Mom and Dad's home. Yes. So I remember we came for Thanksgiving. I think it was Thanksgiving.
It was Thanksgiving.
We got the grandkids to help take all the Christmas stuff down.
Yes.
Kimberly and Ashley and I.
Now, Mom would take
days
to decorate her house for Christmas.
Days. We're trying to do this in hours.
Oh, yeah.
So we're like, okay. So we're decorating stuff. Y'all, first of all.
We couldn't remember. We're looking at old pictures.
I'm freezing videos from the year before.
That you'll never forget those things.
You do.
And I literally was like, I don't know where this goes. I can't remember.
We totally forgot a whole entire table that she decorates. Didn't even know where any of the stuff was. And then I have a video and I'm like slow-moing it. And then I pause and I'm like, where's all this stuff? And so we go back to the attic and we found it and we were like, oh my God. Yes. For sure she would not have approved of the Christmas tree.
No.
It was bad.
There was a lot of things
that
we tried to honor her. And we were like, Mom would hate this. She just shake her head at us.
The lights went out.
Yes.
And we were like, go get some lights. Harley and Sam, because Sam got a ticket or got pulled over. Because we were like, just go get some lights. We don't care. My mom would have never put lights on top of lights.
Oh, no. And I think during that time the lights flickered while we were decorating, and Wade was like, "Mom." So true. He was like, "She disapproves."
We were like,
Now I'll tell you one thing about us. We're gonna turn everything into a joke.
It does not matter.
Yeah.
We are gonna turn everything into a joke.
Yeah.
That is truth.
Yes.
So
and Christmas, like that, getting ready for Christmas, trying to decorate the house, trying to think about all of our traditional things that Mom did. One, I thought, wow, Mom did a lot. And so two, it was just very like subpar. Because she really,
it was.
I know that people probably think like y'all talk, your mom passed away and y'all just talk about how she's so perfect, but she was a 1 on the Enneagram, and so she did a lot of things really perfect.
She did. And let me tell you who's not a 1 on the Enneagram.
Me.
Neither one of us. Wade comes the closest.
For sure.
But it is just, she did so much. Like our stockings were unbelievable. We had to take on stockings. We took on stockings. Guys, the stockings are a bigger deal than the gifts in our family.
Yes.
And as a matter of fact,
everything away, but do not take
our stockings away. As a matter of fact, we actually have gone down to where Mom and Dad just give us a stocking with cash, and they don't give us gifts because we're like, we don't care about the gifts. We love the stockings. And so, of course, we were like, well, we can't take away the stockings. So not only were we buying for our kids, and of course we do stockings the same for our children, not only were we buying for them, we're literally buying now, us are buying for the guys.
Yes.
Also, we're buying for the girls, but that's really hard to do.
Each other.
Yeah, because me, Ashley, and Kimberly are contributing without telling each other what we're getting. Yes. We also have to put them together. This is when I found out that I put mine together differently than Ashley and Kimberly. That's
not care as much.
They don't care as much of the presentation.
Yeah.
But there's a lot there that, okay, Mom and Dad, I don't know if we've ever told them this on the podcast, but on Christmas morning, Mom and Dad what they do is, I love it. And this was able to happen because we all live in the same city, but Christmas morning, they get up, they text. We're awake, let us know when you're up. Whoever texts first, Mom and Dad come to their house, bring homemade hot chocolate, orange juice, sausage balls, cinnamon rolls, and they're in their pajamas, and they watch our kids open some presents, and then they go to the next person's house.
Yes.
And they also leave Emma Meemaw's toast.
Yes.
Don't forget about her toast, which is a giant crouton.
Yes.
So, with raisins.
Yeah.
So good.
I don't think people appreciate it.
They're not going to appreciate it. Our kids don't even appreciate it like we do. But anyways, the point is then they go to the next house, and then they go home, and then we all come there and, for the rest of Christmas Day later.
It's one of, I think our kids and ours, adults too, like one of our favorite traditions that they did.
Absolutely our favorite tradition. So the point is now Ashley and Kimberly and I are like in go mode because we're like, we're not getting rid of that for our kids. So we get together, maybe the same day that we decorated Christmas. No, it couldn't have been. It was later. No, it was Christmas Eve.
I'm sure it had to have been.
It was Christmas Eve. And we make all the stuff.
We split it. Well, I mean,
at that point we did it. We met at Dad's house.
Yeah.
And we made it. And we made it, everything together.
So that at least we would all have that.
No, we spent the night.
Oh no.
We got to move on. Guys, let me just tell you.
We spent the night at my dad's house, all 20
of us.
20 of us.
The thing is, guys, just really quick, is we said, we heard, we read, first holiday without a loved one like that is hard, so make it different. We made it different.
Yes. So quickly, we spent the night. We've never done that.
Never.
We did have the breakfast, but we were exhausted because none of us really slept good.
And
we went home.
Celebrated our own Christmas.
Came back, and then the next day,
we flew to California. As a family.
You know what? Bad idea. All of it, almost. Almost all of it.
It would have been better to have Dad sleep in one of our houses.
No, it was seriously.
It was.
And our trip to California is not good. We're not going to talk about that right now. I'm just saying, I think everybody had COVID. Like, it was just bad.
It was just bad. The whole thing.
We were trying to just make it better, and yet I think it made it worse.
I've never been so tired in my life.
I was so tired.
I looked over at Dad. He was slumped over in the big bus tour.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, oh my gosh, what the heck?
So, you win some, you lose some. You can't, navigating this stuff is tough. You don't know. You try to do your best.
Yeah.
And you just figure it out. Now, do we laugh about all of that stuff? Yes. And we tried our best. but it just didn't work out.
But some of that we did have to do, like we still do. Like we still do the breakfast. Like me, Ashley,
it just almost wasn't enough time. It was like
wasn't.
So quickly for mom passing, we would still have all these things like in life in general where they come and it's like you got to do it because you've always done it and you want to honor your mom, take care of your dad, make sure your kids are good. Make sure we're not forgetting Mama Dawn, like all these things.
Your brain is just never stopping.
Yeah.
It's just never stopping. Also in the midst of this, we're writing thank you cards to people.
Yeah, because the people are just so
unbelievable.
Amazing.
So we're still, we're getting meals for a little bit and it was just a lot. It was a lot. And so moving beyond that, I feel like maybe after Christmas things started settling down a little bit more.
Yes.
That's also when our dad decided to buy a beach house.
Yes.
Also probably not the best time to buy a beach house. Okay, 2 times when people say don't purchase anything big, or make a drastic change.
Yeah,
pregnancy, right?
Yes,
they say pregnancy or after you have a baby.
Yeah,
when a loved one dies.
Yes,
just don't do it.
Yeah,
and Dad, to his defense, had always talked about buying a beach house.
Course.
I don't think if Mom was alive, she would have been okay with it because she didn't love to travel. I mean, she loved the beach, but she just didn't want to have a rental property, essentially. Whatever, Dad bought the beach house. Yeah. And that spring break, when we also were exhausted because we moved Dad in, we all went to Dad's beach house. We got it rental ready. We built, Wade and Kimberly built so many bunk beds. We did everything possible to help Dad with his beach house, and we were all excited, and it was really fun. Is when Dad let us know that he was talking to a woman.
Okay, I do want to get into that.
Okay.
But really quickly, what do you think helped us up till that point? Okay, that's a different chapter. Kind of stay on the same page, like as siblings and as a family.
Yeah.
Like, how did we all have that buy-in? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think that
because you could easily isolate during that time just to, that could be a tendency.
Yeah.
I don't know. We were all kind of the same.
We were. And I think that it has to be because of how we all were so close before. Do you not think?
Do you think that has
a lot of communication. We had a lot of communication.
That's honestly
but to me, lots of communication. But to me, the real communication came after Dad started dating someone, which is so hard to say in the weirdest way. Yeah. But to me, that's when the communication really kicked in more. Mm-hmm. But it was like, because I felt like before that, we just were all on the same page. Yeah. We just were. We just naturally, because of the way Mom and Dad raised us, the way we just knew, it was like, and even during everything, like Mom passing away up until then, it was like we were all hands on deck.
Yeah. And I think it was more like, it was, Kimberly and Wade, Lindsey, Jeremy and I, all on the same page and taking care of Dad. We actually didn't really,
I don't think we talked about
it. We just kind of were
did it.
We're just going to take care of him. That is our main goal. Yeah. Was to take care of him and make sure he's okay and all that kind of stuff. So
that's when Dad got mad at me because I wanted to put him on Life 360.
Yes.
And he was like, I cannot believe that you would want to put me on Life 360.
Yeah,
he wasn't like mad, but he was like, and I said,
but he was like, absolutely not.
Yeah, I was like, Dad, you're literally like widowed. Yeah. You're driving from here to the beach to look at beach houses. P.S. That's a 13-hour drive. We have no idea where you're at.
Yes.
And I was like, he would text us and say, I'm in this hotel, room 33. And I'm like, can you not just let us get on Life 360 so we can like track you? He was like, absolutely not. And he still talks to me about wanting to do that. I'm like, whatever, I was trying to take care of you.
I know.
You be mad about it.
Yeah. But I think it was just like communication between the siblings and the spouses.
Mom and
Dad.
We
all kind of just also got even closer during that time.
We did.
Like it definitely brought us together in a way that you hope that it would. I just don't think that always happens.
No, you're right. And I just think I have to believe it's the way Mom and Dad raised us because it's like there's not one of us that didn't pitch in and not one of us that wasn't like ready to go, ready to help, and maybe just by the example Mom and Dad have given us. But anyways, okay.
So how things evolved after that
Yeah.
Was Dad started talking to a woman that we've known our whole lives.
Yeah.
And just what was your initial thought?
Yeah, I mean, for me, like, I've told this story so many times, but like, okay, before Dad told us this, I think it was before Dad told us this, I was walking with Derek and I told him I felt like the Holy Spirit told me Dad was going to get remarried. The thing is Derek's grandmother died years ago, and we were close to them, and he was really lonely for a while, and it broke my heart. And so I always knew that if mom did die, I didn't want Dad to ever be lonely. Yeah. So if he could have lived all these years and been totally fine, most of the time men are not. Yeah. To be honest, they like to have, especially if they come from a healthy marriage, they like to be married. Yeah. But like they need companions. But like I didn't want Dad to be lonely, so I was actually okay with him getting remarried, and I felt like the Holy Spirit prepared my heart for that. Yeah. So it didn't really surprise me. But how did he let us know about that?
Yes.
Through the text.
Yes. But before that,
we didn't know they were dating.
Yeah, we didn't know they were dating. But before that, like Jeremy and Kimberly got very protective of Dad.
Yes.
I'm talking right after Mom and Dad. Like, he's successful, he's good looking, people are going to come out of the woodwork. And I was like so naive. I'm like, no way. I'm like, what are y'all talking about?
They were.
Like, that was literally not even on my radar.
Oh, Jeremy was like mad about it. Like almost like he was his bodyguard.
Yeah, he like turned into his bodyguard for sure.
I was like, what?
I was like, wow, okay. But it did happen.
It did happen. There were some other women that were doing things for him, and
yes,
I feel so bad.
Yeah, there were people, maybe bringing in meals,
and some neighbors that would
stop
that were widowed that would also kind of want to talk.
And I'm not saying anybody's intentions were. But it did happen, and I was shocked because I was so naive over it. Yeah. Because I was like, Mom just died, or whatever.
But Dad didn't date any of those women.
No,
he just
what I'm talking about.
No, I know. I'm just making it being clear, but
he
did. He did. There was definitely interest.
Yes. And I don't know why. I just wasn't even.
It was shocking, but at the same time, can you blame them?
Right. I got you.
Yes,
100%. Yeah. I just
You're just thinking. I wasn't either. Jeremy was like so like woo, and I was like, Jeremy, calm down.
Yeah.
Calm down. Literally.
He right after.
Feisty, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, how did Dad let us know about
so Dad texted us.
Yes.
And we will talk about the details of that text. However, he texted.
It was very sweet, isn't it? I mean,
no, it wasn't anything mean. He was just giving us some details about some people we knew. That's what it was. It was like actually just family. It was just like, just want to let you know, so-and-so's getting married. That's what it was. It was like, we had dinner. We had dinner with some people. And Sharon, Mayu came with me. Oh, by the way, so-and-so's kids are getting married. And literally, immediately, Wade and I posted emojis. Wade sent in one of the emojis, like,
Yeah.
And I sent something, I sent like an eye roll.
Oh, and I got a phone call from you and Wade right away.
I was like, what is going on?
And I was like, no.
Ashley clearly in these, I'm learning some things about Ashley. She definitely does not think things sometimes that I am like, what? You didn't think about that?
Well, I did. I think I was just like, no way. Like, Wade was like, oh my God, for sure, Dad's talking to Sharon.
For sure. But he didn't tell us officially then.
Yes.
But we were kind of like, huh.
Yeah.
And then he told us when we were at the beach, hey, Ashley, no. So Sharon's husband had died from cancer 3 years previous to that. And that time, and we knew that. We grew up with them. Yes. I mean, her stepdaughters weren't, one of them was in Ashley's wedding. Yes. I mean, we've known them. And so anyways, he just let us know that they had connected through grief. Dad had reached out to her. Yeah. And anyways, and they started talking and things went very fast after that.
Yeah, I think it was interesting because it was so quickly after that. And I totally get it,
For sure.
But it's like you're in the one lane, you're grieving your mom, and then also your dad is dating someone that's probably going to get remarried. And those are kind of happening at the same time.
Yes.
Right? So like we talked about emotions, you're really trying to filter all that, how you feel about it, all that kind of stuff. And I will say, and maybe one day we'll talk about details or whatever, and it's nothing bad. It just, we had to have a lot of conversations.
Yeah, we did.
As our original family, like me, Wade, Lindsey, and Dad. Don't you think?
For sure. Absolutely, we did.
And actually, I feel like it was really healthy.
It was healthy.
But I can't imagine where we would be now if we didn't have some of those conversations.
And you know what? Here's the deal. Dad paved the way in the sense that he opened it with sitting us down and telling us about the relationship. And we knew for our relationship with our dad that we had to have a lot of open conversations with him. And I don't think it was easy for him, and it wasn't necessarily easy for us. And we're not talking about just about his relationship with Sharon as much as we're talking about like finances and legal things and wills
and future
and what does that look like?
Yeah.
You know, if you pass away or Sharon passes away, and where are you going to live? Because Sharon lives in Alabama, you live in Austin. And all of those are okay questions to ask.
Yes.
I am very grateful that we have a dad that I do think does not like having those conversations because he feels pressure and he hates feeling pressure, but he did.
Yeah.
He did it because he knew our relationship meant more. And I don't think those were easy for him. It wasn't easy for us either.
Yes.
But it just was something that we had to do.
Yeah.
They literally started kind of talking in March.
I think so.
They got married in July.
Yes, in July.
Same year.
Yeah.
Guys. So, and that is very normal for something like that to be very fast. But so we had to really like, also, I'm just going to say this. Love my dad. Love Sharon. Very uncomfortable seeing your dad date somebody. It's like, you know, you've seen your dad with your mom all these years, and now
you didn't see your dad
the
date
early
your mom.
years. Yeah.
Wow.
And I am so glad that my dad loves Sharon and is in love with Sharon, and Sharon is in love with my dad. Honestly, I wouldn't want it any other way. Doesn't mean I want to see it necessarily. And they were not at all inappropriate, guys. This was because of us in the position we were in.
Yeah.
It was like I almost felt like I became like it was my kids who were dating.
Right.
You know,
like
but the role reversal. But you know,
yeah.
and not at all. They were so great. Nothing they did was wrong. It was just, it's a transition.
Yeah.
It is. But you know, I would have to say I feel like we're finally in, you know, we're like we've had a lot of the conversation. I feel like we're over that hump. Does that make sense? Like it's been a while now. They've been married for a while. And listen, we say it all the time. If you're gonna have your dad is gonna remarry after your mom died, Sharon is the best of the best.
Yes.
She is great. I really believe that. And her mom passed away when she was young, so she's been super respectful of yes, they live in the house that my mom and dad built. They also, when they're in Alabama, live in the house that Joe and Sharon lived in. And Sharon has just been extremely kind and considerate of everything.
Yes.
She has hardly changed anything in that house, which, listen, I know my mom. Like, she loved to organize and do all kinds of stuff. And the fact that Sharon hasn't done that is just, it's just so sweet and it's so considerate. And she is always so respectful about, you know, she wants to be sweet to my girl. She has her own grandkids. Yeah. And so but she wants to be sweet to my girls, but she'll say, I don't want to overstep any boundaries. And I'm like, oh my gosh, Sharon, that is so great. You can do that. And so it has been, I mean, she's amazing. Yes. Absolutely. But it's just the road you didn't know you were going to have to walk down.
Yes.
Let's just say that.
Yeah, for sure. And it's just, again, it's part of like navigating life. Yeah. When a major person in your life passes away and is not there anymore. Right? You just have to navigate those things, and you pray that you do it with wisdom and discernment and honoring the people that are all involved. And that my biggest thing, and this is very much my personality, is I want relationships to stay intact. I want us to be a family unity, like all of us. Yeah. You know, I want us all to get along. I want us all to be this tight family. And I think, you know, honestly, for the most part, that is who we are. But it doesn't mean that we hadn't had to work on it.
That's right. And key is that all of us have had a lot of open communication. Yes. And that also doesn't mean that there's not been some hard things
that
have had to
in all
ways,
in all different.
That's right.
All different.
Yeah, it hasn't been just like, oh, let's get together and talk and everything's great.
Yeah, and then we talk about something and just be like, okay, we all agree.
Yeah,
it isn't always like that.
Not at all.
You know?
And one thing I told Ashley, I want to throw this in there real quick because we're getting close to being done, but that I really feel like has been super cool is we meet, me, Ashley, Wade, and my dad. Not all the time, but anytime we want to make a decision about something that has to do with the family, just us four meet. We did not do that before my mom passed away.
Yeah, I can't really remember.
We did not do that. And we call it the OGs, and we have an OG text. And to be honest, I think that is like such an important thing that you should be doing when you start having kids and get married. I actually think that is very wise to do that.
Yeah.
I really do. If it is possible, when you have kids who get married, if you can I'm not talking dinner and like, let's have this awesome time and leave your wives at home.
Like us four aren't going on vacation.
No. I mean, we're like, hey, we need to meet about this. Let's have lunch during the day at Torchy's where it doesn't take any time out of anybody's lives, but we're doing that. We're not taking you away from your side. All of our spouses are totally okay with that. Yeah. They're confident in it. They know. They probably don't even want to be there. Yeah. And honestly, it has been very healthy for us.
Yeah. But the truth is that, like, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, go ahead.
Was that Mom passed away and really, and Dad getting remarried just started something that's coming anyway. Yeah. I have two kids that just got married. So change was inevitable going to happen in our family. Yeah. And these conversations we're going to have to be talked about at some point with adding people to your family. And honestly, it just kind of was sooner and not the way that maybe we thought, but it's been helpful.
It has been helpful.
You know, because we've had to talk about some things. I mean, simple things like, is everybody going to be in town for Thanksgiving? And then what are we going to do? Or whatever it is. Like we talk about those things. And then we've had some bigger conversations as well.
Where's Dad and Sharon spending Christmas?
Right. Yes.
I mean, that's been new.
Yes. Yeah. That kind of thing. New. Right.
Yeah.
So those are some things that us four will just sit and talk about and kind of think about and decide on something and then kind of go back and be like, okay, this is our feel like our unified response.
Yeah.
And it's so casual and it's relational. It's not, but some things don't need to be just handled over a text or by like, hey, let me talk to Lindsey, let me talk to Wade, let me talk to Dad. Yeah. And then we'll decide. Like it just helps kind of when we're all there.
Yeah.
To kind of talk about this.
And just me, you and Wade have met.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And had phone calls and and that has kind of helped us be unified, which is so great. Not to leave Dad out of it, but it's like, hey, we need to talk about some things, see what we all think, and then let's talk to Dad and see what Dad thinks. Yeah. And so that has been super helpful and actually I think really helped our relationship with each other even. And so there's just some things like I would call those wins.
Yeah.
You know, and would love to encourage anyone else to do stuff like
this
that.
This isn't really different than how we've always been.
Yeah.
I mean, as a family, we've made a lot of decisions before things have ever come. We talked about this on the podcast before, like we're not gonna have any boyfriends and girlfriends come to family vacation, like those things, like as our like a family unit, we've talked about way before they have ever come. So this really isn't that much different. I just think it's been really beneficial because there are times where how my dad doesn't necessarily like to have those hard conversations. I don't either. Yeah. I'm a peacemaker. Yeah. I don't like to have any type of conflict or confrontation, but I've walked away, no joke, from almost every one of them glad the conversation happened or at least is going in that direction.
I have too. No, I feel the same way. I've gone into some of them kind of nervous a little bit. Not all of them, but some of them. And then I've always walked away feeling so much better. And there's so many, it's the Lord, it's my dad. He has done really well, I think. I mean, he's not perfect, but he's done really well. I mean, none of us are. We're navigating a road that we've never walked down and hope we never have to walk down again. Yeah. But it is just, my dad has been really open. That's huge. And me, Wade, and Ashley, we've all had some of our own separate opinions. We haven't always agreed on everything, but we kind of learned to just come together and be like, hey, we can either allow our family to be destroyed, essentially, and not be close.
This kind of stuff does destroy families.
It does destroy families. Or we can fight for this and say, we're going to figure something out.
Yeah.
And so I think that we've really had to just be like,
Yeah.
the Lord's gonna work it out. And but you gotta talk it out.
Yeah.
You cannot not talk it out, because things fester, we become bitter, angry, and then that's when relationships become broken.
Yeah. And I'm not, 4 years past that date now from the mom passed. Like, again, we haven't handled everything like perfectly. We've had some fails along the way, but I'm actually kind of proud of us. Because I think mom would be happy.
Oh,
with where we're at as a family.
I do too.
And kind of our relationships that we have. And there's always room to work on that and grow.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think it would make her happy.
I think she would be like, I trained them well.
Yeah.
Mom and dad, they trained us well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I totally agree. And
I hope that this has helped people. Like, if you've lost someone, or one day you might lose someone, that you might just think of a little nugget from these 2 episodes, and I hope it's helped somebody. So it helps me kind of just talking about it, honestly.
I know. And we might have had the OG lunch today, actually, which was great. It was like, it just reminded me of how far we've come when it comes to even all that stuff. To be able to sit down, I mean, we've always been able to sit down and have fun with each other, but it's just so, I don't know how to explain it. It's like just cool to be able to sit down and be like, okay, we're like,
that's great.
We're doing good. So, okay, question of the week really quickly is, do you like flowers, and do you buy flowers to put in your house very often?
I love flowers, but I would say that's been like a progression. Like, I didn't always appreciate them like I do now. Is that getting older type of thing? I don't know.
Yeah.
And I do buy them consistently, wish I bought them even more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I'm at Trader Joe's, always I'm going to buy flowers, but there's not one near us, but we're about to get one. And so I might have them even more, but I love fresh flowers. I love receiving flowers now. I think before it used to be like, when our money was tight, it was like I wouldn't want Jeremy to spend money on flowers, because I was like, well, I could spend money on something else. I was like too practical for it. But I really do love it.
Yeah.
How about you?
I love flowers. So my thing is this. I think what has happened is one reason why, again, our generation used to always say, don't waste your money on flowers, is because back then, there wasn't as many options to just go buy a $12 bouquet.
You had to get it from a florist.
Order it from a florist. So it was
like
expensive, and it would be delivered to you, and it's like this whole ordeal.
Yeah.
And they were special, which is great. They are still special. But now you can go to your local grocery store and pick up a bouquet, and it doesn't have to be that much. Yeah. I love flowers, but what happened was Derek started buying them every time I went to the grocery store, and it was like I started like really loving them. So now almost every single week, especially because right now I have small group at my house every week, I like to always have flowers here.
They do just make such a big difference.
They do. And Derek will buy flowers that are already like put together, which are they're more expensive. I will buy like a bouquet and put them together.
Yes.
Or I'll go to Trader Joe's, which is my favorite. So anyways, I was just curious. I do think that it's like one of those, it's like makes you happy.
It does. Yeah, I agree.
You know? So anyways.
I appreciate them way more now than I used to.
And Mom always loved them.
She did. Yes.
You know? And so, and Dad, I think, always would get her flowers for like Valentine's Day or whatever. So anyways, but all right, well, excited for our next episode, next couple episodes actually. So I think they're going to be pretty amazing, and we hope you guys have a great week.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.